Hi, I'm Dave Plummer, your Green Party representative for Waltham Abbey, and this is January's Waltham Abbey Green News. In the video I'm going to talk about the next distribution centre and the local plan, buses inevitably, Lissa, the recycling centre, the Honey Lane pedestrian crossing, cats, and some local events which are coming up. Links to assorted contact details and background information are in the video description below. The two questions I'm most commonly asked are what's happening with the buses and what's happening with the next distribution centre, and you really would be surprised by how often I'm asked them. We'll get to the buses in a bit, but start with next. The planning application hasn't gone before the District Council yet, and the plans rely on the land being taken out of the Green Belt, which in turn relies on the local plan being approved, but the plan is currently being independently examined and might not be approved for several months. Personally, I think that the planning application is unlikely to go before the District Council until May's local elections are out of the way. Epping Forest District Council has been known to put the interests of corporations before the community, as demonstrated by the Epping Forest Shopping Park and its terrible impact on Debden Broadway's small businesses. Councillors are obliged to consider developments on their own merits, but even if they feel a development is appropriate, they're unlikely to want to run a local election campaign shortly after approving something as unpopular as the next distribution centre. I certainly wouldn't. So, yeah, it could be a while before that happens. Speaking of the District Council and the local plan, Councillor John Phillip recently decided to spend 45 grand of our money on consultants to help push the very divisive local plan through. There was no tendering process at all, and Councillor Phillip didn't even put the decision before the council. Instead, he signed it off the day after December's council meeting. I mean, it does show to some extent how deeply unsure the council themselves are of their local plan, and hopefully we'll be able to overturn some of the worst aspects of it before it's approved. We'll see. There's not much news on buses that I haven't covered in previous videos. The campaign for late evening services between Waltham Cross and Loughton, going through Waltham Abbey, is still going on. The Woodbine and volunteer pubs have both said that they'll drop me a line saying how useful the services would be for their customers and staff. If you run a business which could benefit from the late services, please drop me a line at my Epping Forest Transport Action Group address so I can take it to Arriva to demonstrate that there's a need. Also, if you haven't signed the petition to extend the 13 bus route to Harlow, please do. Also, at some point it would be good to get services back from Waltham Abbey to Chingford. The Meridian estate is pretty much isolated for anybody who relies on public transport, but that's another battle that we've yet to come to. It's now getting on for 4 years since Jane Trite and other residents of Signs Park handed a petition into Councillor Ricky Gadsby calling for a pedestrian crossing on Honey Lane near the Woodbine and volunteer pubs. Some time ago I learned that a puffing crossing, which is suitable for horse riders as well, is going to be put in, but there's been no public communication or consultation about it that I'm aware of. So I'm going to chase that up again. Also, I don't know if any other groups were consulted or if there was any look at whether it could be integrated into other works around the area. So I need to find that out, and I'll get back to you when I've heard something. I've been back in touch with the District Council about a permit scheme for the recycling centre, or the tip as it's more commonly known. As you know, at the minute, if you've got a small van or something like that, even if it's domestic waste, you're not allowed to dump it there, which means people have to go to Harlow, which increases pollution, puts more traffic on the roads, and is a right pain. So yeah, I'm back in touch with them. As soon as I hear anything, I'll let you know. Do you have a stable, barn, shed or outbuilding? Probably not, but if you do, the scratching post could do with your help. They've constantly got a lot of feral cats to look after who could do with being out in the open. They don't need a huge amount looking after, just a couple of meals a day, and are brilliant at keeping rodents under control. And all cats from the scratching post are neutered and spayed. So if you can take on a couple or more, please get in touch with the scratching post. They'll arrange a home check, and hopefully you'll be able to take on a couple of ferals. The Waltham Abbey litter picking posse's first pick of 2019 is on Saturday the 12th in Townley Park. Waltham Abbey Town Council's park wardens do a very good job of keeping the area tidy, but there are parts they can't realistically cover. Particular hotspots are the skate park and the entrance on Meridian Way, which is basically a large McDonald's dustbin a lot of the time. If you can come along, please do. We'll assemble at 11, finishing at 1 for refreshments in the Sports and Social Club. Bring bags and litter pickers if you've got them. We'll have a few available on the day, but not many. The Waltham Abbey Wall Show is back on Sunday 20th of January. I confess that it's not a topic that particularly interests me, but I gather it's a really good event. Unfortunately, it's being held at the Marriott again, which takes people out of our town centre rather than bringing them into it. I wish our town council and town partnership did more to encourage high-profile events like this to support our local businesses. I'm sure plenty of Sun Streets and Highbridge Streets establishment will be up for taking care of the catering. If you agree with me, please get in touch and we'll see if we can get the council to support more events being held in the town centre and support our small businesses, because they need to support much more than the Marriott chain does. And now a bit of actual Green Party news. On Saturday 19th, I'm holding another action day in Waltham Abbey South West, conducting door-to-door surveying and distributing a January newsletter. If you can help out, please come along to 21 Townmead Road at 10:30 or at 2 o'clock if you just want to do the afternoon. We'll break for lunch at 1 in the Gatehouse Cafe, which recently received a well-deserved Certificate of Excellence award from TripAdvisor. If you have more money than time, you can always contribute to my campaign fund to print newsletters and stuff like that. There'll be a link down there. Thanks for watching this through to the end. There'll be bits that I've missed, but you can keep up to date by liking my Facebook page and looking at my website, or signing up to our email newsletters, which come out occasionally. So thanks for watching. Happy New Year. See you soon. Bye.